A man was completely covered in mud, with a bamboo tube inserted into his breathing hole. Several tribesmen lifted him onto a grill and slowly rotated the wooden stick to prevent the flames from charring the man. At this point, the bamboo tube not only served as a breathing passage but also as a device to convey his screams. His companions suffered an even more tragic fate. The tribesmen tied one of them up, binding his limbs, and laid him face down on the ground. They then threw a king cobra into the fire pit. The venomous snake, scorched by the flames, turned around. The man, terrified, tried to escape but was bound and unable to move. The snake's poisonous tongue viciously bit him on the forehead. The man's piercing screams made Jack's heart tremble, knowing that he was next. Soon after, Jack was surrounded by the tribesmen and taken to the hunting ground. The chief drew his bow and shot an arrow, then pointed in the direction of the arrow, gesturing for Jack to run that way. Although Jack couldn't understand their language, he seemed to grasp the meaning through their shoving. The tribesmen watched excitedly as he ran. Once Jack crossed the arrow's landing point, they immediately sent out their people to pursue him. To them, Jack was a released prey. Jack, who had escaped with his life, looked back and saw the pursuers closing in behind him. To survive, Jack ran with all his might. Seeing this, the tribesmen also quickened their pace. Noticing that the prey was exhausted, the pursuers seized the opportunity and threw their spears. Unexpectedly, not only did they fail to hit Jack, but he also killed one of them in return. Jack quickly picked up the equipment on the ground and fled again. Moments later, the second tribesman arrived and was overwhelmed with grief upon seeing his son's corpse. Shortly after, the third tribesman also arrived and discovered his brother's tragic death. He chased after Jack while the father returned to the tribe, carrying the body. By this time, Jack had been running for a long time, relying solely on his willpower to keep going. The tribesman behind him was still in hot pursuit. Jack wanted to stop countless times, but stopping meant death. Just as Jack was in despair, the tribesman, suffering from heat stroke, began to stagger, running in a zigzag pattern instead of a straight line. Soon, he collapsed to the ground. Jack finally had a chance to catch his breath, leaning against a rock to rest briefly. Unbeknownst to him, the fourth tribesman had already stealthily approached using his tracking skills. Jack, seeing this, quickly hid, but he knew that running away was not a solution. Noticing a cactus nearby, Jack suddenly had an idea. He used a spear to pierce the cactus's skin, letting the juice flow out to lure the pursuer while he lay in wait. When the tribesman arrived, he was indeed attracted by the cactus juice flowing out, realizing that Jack was nearby. He followed the traces and discovered Jack's whereabouts. As he cautiously approached, little did he know that Jack had already appeared behind him.